Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you about how to become a dentist. This is a question that I get asked a lot by loads of aspiring students because sometimes you can look online, try and find the information, but sometimes it's easier just to get someone to explain it to you. So I'll start off by saying that becoming a dentist can be a very rigorous process. It requires a lot of education, hard work and determination to get there. I've literally just been through the process myself, so I can tell you firsthand how it feels. It can take sometimes over 10 years to get to the end goal, but if you're determined and if you've definitely decided that dentistry is what you want to do, then you can definitely get there. So I'm going to be talking to you about all the steps required to become a dentist. So we'll talk about GCSEs, A-levels, going to university, and also what happens if things don't go too smoothly, because not everyone has a conventional route into dentistry, and sometimes things happen and you might have to do a year again, take a gap year, so I'll cover that as well. So the first step is to get your GCSEs. So this stands for General Certificate of Secondary Education. So if you live in the UK, everyone has to do GCSEs. This is the first step of education. So you usually need a minimum of 5 A's to A stars at GCSE, specifically in chemistry and biology. I know the government has introduced this new numbering system, so that will be 7s to 9s if you've just completed your GCSEs. So the ones that are really important to make sure you get good grades in are chemistry, biology, maths and English, because that's what they look back at. So I got 5 A stars, 5 A's and 3 B's, but obviously you don't need exactly that. You just need to make sure that you get the right grades in, as I said, chemistry, biology, English and maths. And then once you've got those grades, you can then go on to apply to sixth form. So you can either go to sixth form or a college where you do your A-levels or international baccalaureate, which is what I done. So I'll start off with A-levels because that's the most common one and that's what people usually do. So with A-levels, you need to pick chemistry and biology. Those are crucial to apply to dentistry. If you're not someone that really likes science, then maybe dentistry isn't for you because you actually really need chemistry and biology. And then the last subjects that you pick can be flexible. So I chose psychology because I just thought, you know what, I don't want to do chemistry and biology all day long. I want to do something else. And you can do something essay-based like history if you want. So chemistry, biology, and then another subject. So if you've done the IB, you do 7 subjects. So you do chemistry, biology, and then 5 other subjects as well. But just make sure that you get your A's in chemistry and biology. If you do the IB, then you need 6s or 7s. I'll leave all the information in the description box below so you can refer to it. Different universities have different entry requirements as well, but it's all generally the same, so you can go and have a look at that as well. So if that all goes smoothly, you've done your GCSEs, you've done your A-levels or IB, you can then go on to apply to uni by UCAS. So UCAS is the main university's admissions that we use in the UK. You have to write a personal statement, which is 4,000 characters long, just really explaining why you want to do dentistry. Your personal statement is really important because it allows universities to get an insight into your reasons for doing dentistry. One thing that's really important to include in your personal statement is work experience. So they say that you should have a minimum of 2 weeks work experience, but even if you can get a day or 2, I think it's really helpful to help you realize whether this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. I know that work experience is something that really helped me decide whether dentistry was what I wanted to do. So you've got your work experience, you write about that. You also need references from your tutors at sixth form or college, and then you can send your application off by UCAS. Oh, also, one thing I forgot to mention, in your personal statement also include stuff about extracurricular activities, because you might have all the grades, but they want to know that you're an actual person that likes to do stuff as well. So make sure that you include things about what you like to do outside of college as well. So you send off your personal statement to UCAS, and then hopefully you will then receive an interview and then an offer to study dentistry at university. So studying dentistry is a 5-year course, so it's the same amount of time that you need to do medicine. So you'll be in university for 5 years, Then once you've done those 5 years, you're able to register with the General Dental Council, and then you're officially a dentist. So before you send off your application, you need to do something called the UCAT, which stands for the University Clinical Aptitude Test. So this just allows universities to differentiate between candidates. I've got a video on the UCAT and personal statement tips and advice. So if you want to go check that out, feel free, where I explain a bit more in detail about that. So as you can see, it does take a while in terms of education to get to becoming a dentist. If it all goes smoothly for you, then you can actually become a dentist by the age of 23. I'm 24, I've just graduated, so it didn't go smoothly for me. I actually had to take a year out because I was 1% off in one of my exams, so I had to take a year out to retake that exam. And I remember it was a really difficult time for me because I didn't really know what to do. I knew I really wanted to become a dentist, but I didn't know whether to retake or not. But in the end, I decided to do that, and it all worked out. So if you're someone that, again, if you were 1% off, or if you didn't get the grades at A-levels, then you can definitely, there are universities that accept resets, so don't rule out that option. If you did get the grades, but you didn't get any interviews or any offers, you can take a gap year. So loads of my friends have actually taken gap years and applied for dentistry again. So don't be disheartened if you don't get in the first time. I know someone that's applied to dentistry over 4 times over a period of 4 years. So just try again, because now they've finally got in. So you can keep on trying until you get in. If you want to do another degree, so you can actually do the postgraduate route. So you can do another degree in like biomedical science, oral health sciences, or something science related, and that can aid as a stepping stone into dentistry. So once you've completed that degree, you can actually apply again as a postgrad. So yeah, there are loads of different routes to getting in, so don't worry if it doesn't all go smoothly for you the first time. Also, lastly, you can actually go abroad to do dentistry. I know some people that they actually studied abroad and came back to the UK to study. If you are an overseas dentist and you're trying to figure out how to become a dentist in the UK because you've qualified overseas, there are some examinations that you have to do before you can legally practice here as well. So yeah, don't worry, there are loads of different routes to getting in if you don't have a conventional journey. Overall, becoming a dentist is a really rewarding career path. I'm really glad that I chose it, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. If you are someone that's looking to do dentistry and you're a bit confused about whether you want to do it or not, feel free to message me on Instagram at Dr. Yewande Dental, and I'll be more than happy to help you. So I wish you guys all the best of luck. No matter how long it takes, if you really want to become a dentist, you will get there. Don't be disheartened. It can be a long process, but honestly, it works out in the end. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Bye! Hey guys, it's me. Thanks again for making it right until the end of the video. I just thought I'd quickly jump on and say that if anybody does need any help with their dental school application, I do offer some application services, including a UCAT guide, personal statement reviews, and interview practice and coaching. So if you are interested in any of these, be sure to just drop me an email and I'll get straight back to you with all the details. So yeah, thanks again guys, and I wish you all the best. Also, make sure, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my previous videos, especially the one that I have on why dentistry, so you can get a better idea of my journey and how I got to where I am today. So yeah, alright guys, I will leave you to it. Thanks again and enjoy the rest of your day.